Every fella's got you in his sights. What you doing with a cloud like me? Surely one of life's little mysteries. So tonight I'll ask stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? What did I say to turn your angel eyes my way? Damn the guys, they never learned to dance. Never even got one second glance. Across a crowded room that was close enough. Well, I could look, but I could never touch. So tonight I'll ask stars above, how did I ever win your love? What did I do? Happy Monday, good people. What's happening? What's shaking? What's going down? I'm a little early tonight, so people are probably have their timers set. Freedom came my way that night, yeah. Just like a jet plane, in and out of sight. I was hauling ass at 1,000,000 miles an hour, wondering how I'd hit. When they came into the station line, they said I was bad beyond repairs. But I got no qualms with my situation. Say, here I am. So, say, Cherie, Cherie, won't you dare to say, Cherie, 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 won't you dare to say, Cherie, Cherie, Cherie. Yeah. Leave a message and your number, please. Take your time to want to satisfy me. Take all these old fantasies, send them care of me. Hope you're doing well, good people. I'm a little under the weather. I've got a scratched cornea, and it's hard to see, and it hurts. but I'll do the best I can. I will do what I can. There we are. I am also without a producer tonight. Producer Brandon is in Vegas, baby. So hopefully I'll have a mod or two on the TikTok. Keep the TikTok in order. and then I just gotta, deal with the camera tabs situation. Oh man, I worked on a framework today. So Ann Murphy and I have got this AI Readiness project, and we're putting together this training along with Vicky Baptiste, which is coming soon. And but we needed a framework. We needed a framework to talk about independent of the training. So I worked on that today. I've got a talk I'm doing on Wednesday, and so I figured I might preview that for you guys tonight. How the heck did you scratch the cornea, Retesh? What's happening, baby? I scratched the cornea. I probably tore it like 30 years ago. Retesh, you probably actually remember. Remember Max and Cleo, our two labs? I was going in for a good dog kiss on the face of Cleo, and one of her whiskers just poked me right in the eye. And it scratched the cornea. And then whenever if I get dehydrated at night, if I don't drink enough water, it my eyelid sticks to my cornea or whatever, and it just like aggravates it. So yeah, so I'm in the middle of that. Retesh Patel is one of my best mates in all of the earth. He's an amazing, amazing man. He was my CEO at agency.com back in the olden timey days, and now he's a big shot innovator in the oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, they were crazy, those two dogs, weren't they, Max and Cleo? Retesh just got a new gig. He's an innovator in the healthcare space, does amazing, amazing work. So good to see you, buddy. So I am increasingly convinced that none of us can really prepare for what's coming. That it's coming fast, and that there's a fallacy right now about being AI literate. People are talking about being AI literate. I don't think you can be. I think things are changing too fast. But that's not to say that you can't be ready for AI, prepared for what's coming. And I'm calling that AI readiness rather than AI literacy. And so that's the thing I've been thinking a lot about over the past 2 months. And the more I think about it, the more right it feels. And generally with me, that's how it goes. I'll think about something. I have brain farts all the time. And most of the times, like good gas, they just move on. They just pass along and never think about them again. But sometimes they stick. And AI readiness is one of those that's sticking. I was thinking about that too. There's so many AI tools to keep up with for all sorts of things. Yeah. And so I put together a framework. So I thought what I might do tonight is actually I'll run through the presentation that I'm going to give at this event on Wednesday. And then you can tell me if it sucks or not. Because I trust you all more than I trust most other people. With Retesh is the exception. I don't trust him at all. Not at all. He'll tell me it's great. He'll be like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. Go do that. And then, it's just, you got to be careful with him. Super nice guy. Incredible, remarkable dude. But, everyone should be AI curious. Yeah, exactly. Well, I think curiosity, Retesh, is actually the foundation of AI readiness. Starts with curiosity and play, and it's so funny. It's where I go with where I started with AI was where we always start with computers, which is I can take my current work and make that more efficient. And what you discover the more you dig around with AI is that it can not only make you more efficient, but it can actually amplify your ideas, and it can give you skills and superpowers where you never thought you'd have them. And the only way that you can actually discover all of the things that it can make possible for you is to play without expectation, right? Don't go into it thinking I'm not a coder. or I can't write music, or I don't have a creative bone in my body. I can't make pictures. You actually can. And with AI, it will reveal things to you about who you are and what you want to accomplish that you never thought possible. And the only way to get there is through play and curiosity and things like that. Figure out what sucks, don't do that. Retesh, it is totally back to the early days of agency.com. It really is. It's just no different. It's everyone's trying to figure it out. I mean, the big difference between now and the early days of the web is that the web was essentially one thing, right? It was the hypertext transfer protocol in the web browser, right? It was hyperlinks. It turned the internet from command line into clickable. And as silly as that sounds, that's the primary innovation. It's just that. It connects data from different computers at the click of a mouse or at the tap of a phone. And this AI stuff is just, a million times more sophisticated. Vibe Cinema, what's happening? Good to see you. So I think that's what we'll do tonight. We'll go through the AI readiness framework. Or are you official Little Caesars? Oh, Chippy! He's back at it. In a westerly direction, car is my train. I've been driving, I've been wondering what it is I'm running from again. Feel like an 80-year-old man holding on to 29. And up ahead on that horizon, you done singing, Champy? Is California line. Up ahead, a truck's carrying a wide load. Prefab house cut in half. Cute little front door and two windows. Does Champy have perfect pitch? He has better pitch than I do, I'll tell you that much. Oh man. All right, so let's get started. We'll jump right in. So here's the deal. If you've never been here before, I'm Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. If you have questions about AI, pop them in the comments. I will always have an opinion about something. I occasionally know something, but it's very rare. The nickname of the channel is Chat ADD. so the odds of me completing a sentence or a thought are low, but the odds of festivities are high. All right, Kyle from Ocean. Should we judge AI? Should we judge AI or shouldn't we? Also, how soon will AI be able to assist humans' IQ? I think AI is already assisting my IQ. I mean, AI at this point is significantly beyond my intellectual capacity. so it is augmenting me daily. So I think that ship has already sailed. And I don't quite know what you mean, should we judge it or not? Vibe Cinema, I officially started my old man phase of life this weekend. Gonna need regular physicals from here on out, I'm afraid. Well, yeah, welcome to it. Welcome to the party. It sucks. It sucks. Should we judge AI? I don't know what you mean by that. Or shouldn't we? If you're asking, should we think critically about what AI does? Yeah, like that's a requirement. That's an absolute requirement. Buffering. Every day I'm buffering. Oh boy. Well, that happens. All right. Chat TMZ. I got to do my black bar for the TikTok people. Chat TMZ. Yeah, I don't have any good. I don't have any good gossip today. I should probably be following the Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni thing, so I can give you guys updates on that. A lot of drama there, and you know, like I think it's even affecting Retesh, the footballers over there in that England. The country over there. I think you visited there once. Sharp shirt, Kyle. Thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know what's going on with the hair. It's a little the hair is a little sculpted. It kind of looks like I made it out of Play-Doh and stuck it on my bald ass head. All right, let's get going. Let's get this show on the road. On the road, yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you what. All right. So here's the presentation. Trying to figure out how to do this best for the TikTokers so they can see it. There we go. That's pretty good. All right. So Wednesday, England did well today. Beat Latvia 3-0. 3-0. Sorry, 3-0. I hope you celebrated with a butter and cucumber sandwich with the crusts cut off, of course, because you're proper. Retesh is a blast. I miss you, man. I gotta get out to New York, and we have the 30th year anniversary coming up, right? Yeah, we do. Jesus, 30 years, man. That's crazy. When are we doing that? May? Is that May? Absolutely nuts. All right. You just look like you come with the Barbie condo set with that hair. My grandma made me sick with cucumber and butter sandwiches. Vicky's from Australia. I swear to God, man, the first time I went to our London office of agency.com and they brought out sandwiches, or no, it was for British Airways. It was when we were pitching British Airways, Retesh. I remember them, like we had flown, all night from New York to London. We get to London. We have this big meeting where they're tearing us a new asshole. And they bring out these sandwiches and these little triangles. And I go to eat one and it's just butter and a cucumber. And I almost threw it up right there on the spot. I'm like, where's the sandwich? It was bad. It was bad. It was my first lesson in international cuisine. It was not a good one. Oh, you lived in Australia for oh, you're from England. I thought you didn't have an Australian accent. You lived there for 17 years. Okay. That confused me. So now that makes sense. Watercress sandwiches. Exactly. Exactly. It's just like, it's like in England, it's like every piece of food, especially fancy tea time foods, it's like they ran out of ingredients. And it's like, well, we got butter and some weeds. Yeah, just put them on we just have this white bread. It's just like cut them in right angles. People will think they're fancy. Jam on toast. Baked beans on toast I can get down with. Baked beans are still tasty. Oh man. Oh, that's hilarious. What state am I in? I'm in Colorado. Oh, what state is Vicky in? I think she's in Illinois, right? Jam on toast is a southern thing too. Yep. Fallen souffle. All right. So here's what we're going to do. So if you're in the Colorado, the Denver area, Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30, I'm speaking for this Colorado Companies to Watch panel on AI and the future of business. And so this is my presentation. Okay, so let me get to the right screen here. All right, so I'm only showing this slide because one of the nice things about Midjourney is you can take shitty pictures of yourself and make yourself look way hipper than you are. So if you haven't played around with character reference, character references in Midjourney. You should do it because it's a lot of fun. Now, in order to get a picture that's hip like this one, I had to suffer through probably 50 pictures of me just looking like a gargantuan, just embarrassingly hideous person, based, of course, on my photos. So it took me a while to get one where I looked hip, but I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so let's dig in here. Last Thursday, a podcast came out called Stratechery, which I haven't heard of before, but I'm going to start listening to it. And they did an interview with Sam Altman. And in the Stratechery podcast, Sam Altman said this: the people who are going to thrive in this new era are the ones who treat learning AI not as a one-time skill, but as a lifelong interaction. This isn't about mastering a tool. It's about developing a relationship with a new kind of intelligence. That quote to me is it really encapsulates the thing that's kind of been burning in my brain, that we keep talking about these tools. We keep talking about the technology. We keep talking about the features. We keep talking about the new models. The tools at this point are way more than single tools. They're now ecosystems. And if you want to accomplish anything with AI, you're generally mixing and matching lots of tools. This is, again, Retesh, back to the early days of the web, right? Where we're duct taping, pieces of technology together that turn it into something coherent because, no infrastructure has been built yet. We're very much in the same place with AI. But these tools are already significantly beyond anything we've ever had before. And so flipping the switch in your brain from I can figure this thing out is really redefining this thing. All right. Fantastic. Let's see. Kyle, where did you get that slide animation from? Which slide animation? That's just Keynote. The one where I wiped it and faded shit in, that's just from Keynote. Like all these background images I did in Midjourney. So one of my new joys in life is Midjourney mood boards. If you haven't played with them, I can go show you how I made all these images. Midjourney mood boards are incredible because you can do things like take Sam Altman. Like I just took a picture from him from an article and pasted it in as a character reference and just did, 20 or 30 images that used him as a character reference. And this was one of the images that came out, which I just love. But yeah, all of these images are from the AI Readiness mood board that we created for the new podcast. Hi, peeps. Hello. Good to see you. Okay, so AI Readiness, let's define it. AI Readiness is when you're curious enough to explore, bold enough to experiment, and wise enough to elevate with generative AI so you can thrive as the world transforms. Curious enough to explore, bold enough to experiment, and wise enough to elevate or lead with generative AI so you can thrive as the world transforms. Make no mistake, the world as we know it today, in likely all aspects, but particularly in business and work, is not going to be the same 5 years from now as it was 5 years previous. It's just going to be a very different thing. And so it is those who kind of step onto the field in this phase. It's not about technical mastery. It's about your ability to play, adapt, and lead others. Critical, absolutely fucking critical. That you have a sense of play, you're adaptable, and you're in community. And ideally, you're leading in community. Retesh, my buddy from agency.com, one of the best people I know on the planet for networking and building community and maintaining community. He's incredible at it. I don't know if you know this. I really look up to you for that. It's a thing that I am woefully inadequate at, but okay. So what's the journey look like? The journey to AI readiness is actually quite simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. So the journey to AI readiness is three things, in my opinion. The first one is explore. That you have to have this sense of adventure. You have to have the sense of curiosity. Play first, tinker boldly, break things with curiosity. And especially as you're exploring, explore beyond your boundaries. Explore those areas where you think you don't have any talents or skills. If you've never written an application before, go to lovable.dev and start describing an application you want built, and it will build it for you. It will do the code, it will do the interface, and within 15 minutes to an hour, you will have built something in code that you didn't think was possible. If you're a coder and you're like, I can't make images, all those images are so cool, I couldn't do that. Go teach yourself Midjourney. Go outside of your bounds. So that's step one. Step two is experiment. Mindfully create with purpose, skill, and care. This is basically find problems that need to be solved. Take what you learned during the explore phase and apply that to solving some problem. Start experimenting. Come up with a hypothesis. I think I could come up with a whole marketing strategy in about an hour if I did it right. And then go prove that you can do it or not. And then the third step on the journey to AI readiness is to elevate, generously lead, learn out loud, help others rise. So this is about not just making it about you, but sharing with others and get in communities where that's part of the culture. Because you'll share something that you learned and it will be a revelation for someone. They'll share what they learned. They'll think it's obvious to them and not valuable because it seems obvious. And you'll look at that and go, oh my God, I learned something new today. That's also how we're going to hire people moving forward. We're not going to hire people for their skills. I'm going to assume because you've got AI that you can code and that you can make images and that you can write songs and that you can write business plans and marketing plans. So I'm not going to hire you for the skills. Why am I going to hire you? Well, I'm going to hire you because we worked together 30 years ago. Or I'm going to hire you because you're in that AI salon thing that I started and you actually show up and deliver and you have integrity. I'm going to hire you because of who you are, not what you know. The what you know part, the skills part, AI is going to do a lot of that. I'm going to hire you because you have taste and you have good judgment. How will I know that? Only by working with you, only by experiencing you. Community is the place to be. And then this little journey to AI readiness, this is not a linear thing. It's not step 1, 2, 3. I'm cycling through these three steps like every day. Like, I don't know how to do this. Oh, let me just go try something. I'll go explore. That seems like it worked. Let me go experiment. It's not quite ready for prime time, but that's kind of interesting. Hey, guys, look what I just learned, right? It's a daily, you could take this sort of three-step thing and you could say 1 hour a day, I'm going to do all three of these in 1 hour. I'm going to go learn something new. I'm going to try to apply it. And then I'm going to tell people what I learned. Set a timer for yourself. Wake up an hour early, set a timer for yourself and go play. That like 90% of your ability to be awesome in the new AI world will be being able to iterate through this 3 steps over and over and over again. My daughter's finally using AI for her nonprofit grant writing. She's pretty excited about it. She should be. It's really good at writing grants. Yeah, that's good. That's awesome. ChatGPT upgrade looming. Oh, is ChatGPT being a pain in the ass? Well, we've got ChatGPT 5 coming. I thought they said May, but we might get it earlier. Okay, so let's move on. The AI Readiness Framework. So these 5 pillars that I'm going to talk about are the basis of the AI Readiness training program that Ann Murphy and I put together, along with Vicky Baptiste. So the first one is Generative AI Exploration. I'll dig into each of these, but basically that's your play, that's your explore. That to be AI ready, you have to be in a constant state of exploration. Things are absolutely changing too fast. In fact, Ethan Mollick wrote a piece about this last week or the week before, where he basically said the stuff that the AI certificate you got 6 months ago, or the training that you took, or the thing where you thought you had mastered the tool, is probably irrelevant today. And that's going to keep happening like that. You're going to keep learning new stuff, get your head around something, and then a new technology is going to come out that just makes whatever that knowledge was obsolete for whatever reason. You don't need to do it anymore. There's a better way to do it now. You've just moved on, and nobody does that kind of stuff anymore. So exploration. The second pillar is about thinking about AI in the context of business. The third one is thinking about AI in the context of the creative process. The fourth pillar is about responsibility and ethics and security and innovating in as responsible a way as possible, because everything is moving so fast. There are massive opportunities to really fuck things up. So it would be swell if you didn't do that. And then the fifth pillar is putting all this stuff into action, really stepping into using everything that you've learned and applying it to business and creating frameworks and workflows and things like that. And knowing that everything that you build will likely be obsolete in 6 months to a year. And not only being okay with that, but essentially embracing that. That's where I think we go. All right. So the first pillar, generative AI exploration. Start with wonder, stay curious, stay hands-on. So teach yourself if you haven't really explored it, like, what is generative AI? We've been talking about AI forever, right? But what is generative AI? Like, where did it come from? Why does it matter now? Why is November 30th, 2022 an incredibly important date in history? And if you don't know, go ask ChatGPT what's significant about that date. Start exploring use cases across industries, like outside of your industry. Use it for hobbies. Use it for hobbies that you gave up on or thought you'd never do again. Use it for side projects. Understand the core concepts of generative AI. Like, once you kind of get prompting, you kind of get prompting, and it doesn't matter whether you're making a song or an image or a business plan or code. Understand iterations, understand pattern matching. Oh, that it behaved a way over here that's very similar to how it behaved over here. Understand contexts and how important context is in the conversation. And then the fifth point here is understand how critical it is to learn by doing. Try it, fail, try again, fail, try again. Get comfortable with the discomfort of failure, because you're going to have a lot of it. So the goal of this first pillar of AI readiness, is to get curious, get inspired, and get messy. This is the playground stage. It's actually the foundation of everything. We used to have this thing at agency.com called Geek and Tells, where someone would learn something. They'd say, gather around, and they teach something. How did they discover that thing? I don't know. They just try it. Or we'd have a problem. We're like, well, we got to be able to solve the problem, and someone would solve it. Gather around. be on the playground. Is there a replay from Sunday's Learn Out Loud workshop, the Midjourney one? I would assume so, Stacy. Vicky will know and will probably pipe up here. Oh, man. Let's see. How many websites can you publish in Claude with the free version? Is there a limit? I think there's probably just a limit on number of tokens. All right. So that's pillar one. Pillar two is the AI-powered business. From insight to innovation, powered by your intuition. Spot real problems. So when you get a foundation of understanding what the tools make possible and how you explore with them and iterate with them, then you can start to do things like look at things in your business that are real problems and think about where AI can help solve that. Think in systems, not just tools. Again, a lot of the solutions you're going to have to duct tape together 4 or 5 different things to actually solve something. Get used to that. Data becomes really critical. Use data intentionally, ethically, strategically, securely, right? Are you allowed to put the data that you're putting into ChatGPT into ChatGPT? Do you have data protection agreements in place that work for your business and for your clients? If not, you got to get that shit together. Start building workflows that are flexible and iterative and obviously AI enabled, but right now we're probably going to have a lot of systems where AI is doing a piece of the solution and traditional systems are doing another part of the solution. How do you glue all those things together? Start thinking about workflows in that context, and then start small and build toward long-term transformation. Start with small little projects, individual little efficiencies, and then start to Lego those things together into longer term things. Also be prepared to abandon everything and start over. So your goal in this phase or in this pillar is align AI with real value, right? Understand what the business needs and what you're trying to accomplish with it. And business could be big business. It could be your own personal business. It could be just family getting shit done. Putting together, schedules for getting the kids around, party planning. Business is just solving problems. Okay. The third pillar is the creative process. Make it weird, make it beautiful, make it yours. Get creative. Whatever limitations you think you've had around creativity, you can let that go. If stepdaddy told you you weren't talented and you let that, invade your life, time to let stepdaddy and that particular statement go. So as you're exploring with AI on the creative process, think collaboratively, think full storytelling, think visuals, think music, think design, think form. All of the stuff. Think of yourself like a creative director, right? Like a conductor of a symphony. You've got all these tools. You can do all this stuff. It's just your vision you want to get out there. Guide with clarity. Your creative vision is the thing. Bob mentioned, hey, Ricky Rubin, be inspired by Rick Rubin. He is a Grammy Award-winning music producer that doesn't write songs. Can't work a recording console, but he's got taste and he's willing to lay down the law. This is good. This is not good. So guide with clarity. Explore new formats, styles, and genres. Lots of iteration, lots of play, lots of things that are, if like this, the visual look and feel of this presentation is not something I ever would have picked, but now that I've got it in my hands, I love it. Like you can only discover that through playing. Navigate creative ethics. There's a new video model that just came out that has only been trained on licensed data. And as you generate with it, the artists that contributed to it get paid. If that's important to you, seek those things out. Adobe is another company that built their models with ethics in mind. Midjourney is the most beautiful tool out there, and it is littered with unethical data collection, but it's the best. So you have a choice to make. We always have a choice to make with these things, but understand that those choices are there and can be made. And then use AI to break blocks. One of the things that I've recognized recently is that I no longer have creative blocks. Like writer's block, haven't had it in 2 years. Visual, frustrations that I didn't have the talent or a vision or an idea, gone. Why? Because I play with this stuff enough to know I don't have to worry about that now. If I need an idea, if I need 50 ideas, I can have them in 30 seconds. Will 50 of them be good ideas? No. But will 3 of those ideas in the 50 spark something in me that makes me go, oh, yep, every single time. So the goal in this phase is to expand your creative process through thoughtful, intentional experimentation, right? Experiment, be creative. And again, previous one was business. This is creative. Those two go together really nicely. Third one, responsible innovation. Power without purpose is dangerous. Power shared is transformative. Really start to understand things like ethical risks of AI. What are the biases? What's the misinformation? Surveillance, deepfakes, all that sort of stuff. Really start to understand that. Explore it. Just because it can do bad doesn't mean everything's bad, right? One of the things that I'll hear a lot from people that are in the kind of denial stage of AI is, well, it's evil, it's this, it's that, the robots are gonna kill us. Lots of bad things can happen, but if you understand what they are, you can help create a world where we mitigate those risks, right? Build frameworks for trust, like do things as transparently as you can and with safety in mind. Evaluate AI-generated content critically, not passively. Ocean earlier asked, should we judge AI? When you're looking at AI content, you should be judging it. You should be critiquing it. You should understand that it hallucinates and it's probably wrong and it's probably all screwed up. My writing partner, I'm working on this musical right now, and he uploaded our script into ChatGPT, and he said, give me some analysis of what could be better. And it said, well, the character of Jen is probably a little thin and could be a little deeper, and the character of Sam is a little cliche and could probably be a little better, which are really reasonable critiques of those two characters, except those two characters are not in our script. They're not in our play. So even stuff that really well, where you've used a tool to do this exact same thing before, sometimes they just go fucking off the rails. They just get weird. You got to understand that stuff, right? There's just all sorts of nightmares of like lawyers that gave a legal brief to a judge and all the citations in it didn't exist. They were all made up. That's not AI's fault. That's that lawyer's fault, because he didn't look at this stuff critically. Create innovation environments. Get intentional with who you put on teams and how you put orgs together and what communities you join. You should join the AI Salon. You should join She Leads AI. Get into communities with people that are thinking like this, and it'll accelerate what you do. And then this is ultimately a culture thing, not a policy thing. Again, things are moving so fast. By the time bodies get around to creating legislation or rules, the technology will have moved on. A lot of the EU right now is suffering because 2.5 years ago, they put legislation in place based on where the technology was then. It couldn't anticipate what was coming, and it was so rigid that now whenever OpenAI launches a new technology, everyone has access to it in the world except the EU, until they make special carve-outs for that specific use case because they overregulated it early. So your goal here is to use AI consciously to help shape a culture of ethical co-creation. Just, learn this stuff, be aware of this stuff, understand safety and security and data privacy, all the stuff that's important in any other kind of data use. It's about 100 times more important with AI because things are moving so fast, and it's so easy to get yourself in trouble because AI is really good at looking at unstructured data and pulling out insights out of it. So if you accidentally dump the company goods out onto an AI forum, well, people are going to be able to find that stuff really quickly. All right. And then the last pillar is putting AI into action, right? So we started with exploration. Then we looked at solving problems within the business context. Then we looked at creativity. Then we looked at responsibility. You bring all those together, and it's the fifth pillar. So insight into application, community into innovation network. Talk to as many people as you can. Learn what's working for them, what's not working for them. Be inspired by people outside of your expertise and outside of your industry. Start thinking about building tools and templates and workflows that are reusable, right? So sure, a lot of times I'll hear this. Someone will ask about like a custom GPT. Why would you need a custom GPT? Couldn't I just write that prompt myself? Well, you could, but it might take you an hour to get that prompt dialed in and do it, and someone's already built one. So just use that, right? So start thinking about how can you take these tools that amplify you and just, get better and better and better at that. Learn from and with others. Learn out loud. Be a leader. Let other people lead and teach you. AI isn't replacing your work. It's accelerating what's possible. This one's a bit of a fucked up one because AI is going to replace the tasks that a lot of people do. And that is in turn going to cost a lot of people their jobs. And those displaced people will have access to those tools that can take their ideas and amplify them and accelerate what's possible for them. If you learn this shit within your company, your chances of surviving a layoff round are higher than if you're not using these tools, right? Because if AI is going to cause disruption, who's management going to keep? The ones that understand AI. And it's probably not going to be management, which is completely fucked up. And then embrace collaborative ecosystems where humans and AI learn, create, and lead together, right? So I've got this book called Collective Intelligence, and what it's about is the reason AI is so powerful is that it's trained on the collective intelligence of people. So if you take the tool of generative AI that is collective intelligence in technology form, and then you combine that with the collective intelligence of groups of smart people working nimbly with AI, it just amplifies that even further. All right. So that's the big deal there. And then your goal in this fifth pillar is to, build your own toolkit, figure out what works, what doesn't, keep the stuff that works, keep learning and exploring, and just replace out stuff as it ages out, which is going to happen really quick. So that's it. That is the AI Readiness Framework. So I hope you dig it. All right. And then the AI Readiness Project, we have a podcast. It's Wednesdays at 4, except this week we're doing it Thursday at like 1, because I'm giving this talk actually, so I can't do it. And then areyoureadyforai.com is the we're taking this framework. This is being converted into a training program. So if you want to sign up for that and get early access to that when it comes out, go to areyoureadyforai.com. Good Lord, that was a lot. What do you think? What do you think, people? Oh, man. Forever Hooked, love it a lot, says Violin Wash. Yeah, I'm excited about this because it's very nice and your graphics are fire. Thank you, Silver Fox. I'll actually show you how I made the graphics. Why don't we go do that? I'll go show you how we do that. Um, the thing I'm excited about with it is, and the training that we're putting together is very meaty. Like there's a lot in it. Um, and there's a part of me that's like, is it too much? And then what I realize is, no. Here's why. It's easy enough to say, oh, go play with AI. I say it every night, right? Go play with AI. A lot of people don't know what that actually means. Does that mean play with ChatGPT? Well, yeah. Does it mean this other thing over here? Yeah. Does it mean this? Yeah, it means all of it, right? What doing a program like the AI Readiness project does is force you down rabbit holes you wouldn't instinctively go down. So maybe you're super creative and you get to that second pillar, which is about AI in business, and you're like, oh God, that sounds awful. It will. And then you get in there and start playing with it, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, I could actually apply this over here, this other part of my life. And then if you're really into business and you see that creative one, you're like, oh, I'm not creative. That's not me. And then you get into it and you're like, oh no, I'm actually kind of good at this and I kind of enjoy it. Right. That's the whole intent, is to give people as broad a base as possible to explore within, and then, get up to speed and get going. The one thing that I want to add to the end of this presentation is this is never done. It's my contention that for the next 10 years, at least, this transformative chaos will be the reality. That only the people that are adaptive and curious and ambitious and are exploring and are figuring it out are going to be the ones that truly succeed in this. Because I was talking to Anne Murphy about this today. We were talking about the framework, and she's been exploring all this stuff and leading community and all that for about the same time I have, for like 2 years. And I said, imagine if a year ago you were like, okay, I got all these tools figured out and I'm good. I'm just going to lock it down and I'm going to do my fundraising business using all these, Zapier automations that I've made. I'm just going to lock it down. I said, imagine if you just stopped exploring back then because you had it all figured out. And now Manus comes along. And because you're not paying attention to it, because you have it all figured out, you don't even know what Manus is. And if you don't know what Manus is a truly autonomous agent that will go off and do work for you at just a remarkable, it'll go off for like 15, 20, 30 minutes, looking at websites, writing code, building you a website, building you reports. It just goes off and does it. You give it a goal and it's just off. Well, if you kind of lock shit down here, you're going to miss stuff like that coming. And that kind of stuff could come along and completely upend her business if she just locked it down then. So this AI readiness is a mindset. And the purpose of the program being so broad is so that you look at as many different lenses as possible and then just fucking turn on the curiosity. That's it. That's it. I see a typo. Play first, tinker boldly on the journey. Thank you. Wait. Which one was it? Journey to AI readiness. Play first, tinker boldly, break things with curiosity. Fix, play first. Vicky, I don't see a typo. Am I having an ADD moment? Well, what do you think, Kyle? Of course you're having an ADD moment. Play first. Tinker boldly. Oh, Boldy. Hey, ADD, how you doing? How you doing, man? Tinker Boldy. I'm too close to the content. Way too close to the content, apparently. That's awesome. All right, since I'm over here, let's flip over to Midjourney. And let me show you how I did all these graphics. All right, let me get this going. Anybody have any questions? It takes a village. It really does. Thank you for catching that one. The tech and tools change so frequency. Will the training be live and ongoing or pre-recorded courses? How do we sign up? Is it a membership? It's a one-time fee, Stacy. It's if you go to areyoureadyforai.com. So letter R U ready number 4 AI. areyoureadyforai.com. And just sign up there. We tried really hard. So a lot of the content that was shared during AI Festivus is used as kind of example content of the concepts that we're teaching. We worked really hard to break the content up in such a way and create the training in such a way that it's evergreen. It shouldn't need to be updated. Now, it's also designed in such a way that we can swap out the video content modules as required. So if things kind of age out and it's not appropriate to have them in there, we'll likely swap them out. But the training itself should be pretty evergreen. Yeah, are you ready for AI.com? Are you ready for AI.com? Yep, that's it. Pre-recorded, go at your own pace. That's exactly it. Okay. Okay, so here's a bunch of stuff that I've been working on today. This is all, you know, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pictures. Here's my cool pictures. There's the cool me. Wait, we get to some pretty bad ones here. Retesh, you'll appreciate these. These are like my. There's something about my face shape that generative AIs just thinks like I'm a tubby boy. So your ego, if you're going to do anything with yourself in it, you gotta have a strong ego. when these pictures first came out, I'm like, no, I'm hipper than that, but apparently I'm not, because they're pretty consistent. Oh man. So here's some other ones. Okay, so lots and lots of images. So here's how I got to these. So if you go to the personalized tab in Midjourney, there's these thing called mood boards, and you can right here you can create a mood board. Let me make the interface a little bigger for you. You can create profiles, which are just basically here's pictures that I like, and it'll make things that generally look like what you like. But you can create a mood board, which are very specific images, and they're easy to make. You can upload images of your own. Like I did some, let me see, can I click on this? Yeah, like here's some, these are photographs that I took with an actual camera and then edited in Aperture. And then I made a mood board out of these. So I can use this mood board and make images where the skies are always these cool, dramatic looking skies. So one of the mood boards that we made is a bunch of images that Vicky Baptiste made, which were inspired by some images that Marisol made for what was it? For She Leads AI and for some other things. I think that's right. Isn't that right, Vicky? And so I took some of the images that Vicky made that I really liked, and I put them in my own mood board. So I've got this mood board. It doesn't have that many images in it, right? It's just a handful of images. but it's got like cool treatment of faces, and it's got these cool geometric shapes. I uploaded all the materials for Saturday's session on model architectures today. Very cool. Yes, you got it. Great. And then the way you do this is you go back here. So I can just say use mood board. And when I say that, it puts this long ass code into the prompt. And then, so now that that's in there, I can go back out to create. And I'll just scroll all the way up to the top here so you can see what's going on. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just do a concept, like I'll do AI readiness. And then --P stands for --profile. And then I guess M equals mood board. And then there's this big long code. Now, some weird shit happens here, but let me show you. So I'll go AI readiness, and then I'm going to go style anywhere between 50 and 1,000. If you put it at 0, it tends not to use the mood board, so that can be really frustrating. So generally what I'll do is I'll set it at 50, and then the aspect ratio that I want. So in this case, I wanted 16:9 for my slides. And then you say, make it, and it'll make, now it's going to make 4 images. It's going to interpret AI readiness using that mood board with a style weight of 50. Now, I want to show you a couple of weird things about Midjourney. So those are kind of cool. They look like AI readiness in a neighborhood, right? Like I didn't have to do shit. I just picked the mood board and out came those images. That's kind of cool. Now, in Midjourney, if you click on this text that is the prompt, it will pre-populate your prompt. And if you click on this thing that says mood board AI readiness, it will add --profile and this shorter code. So when I went to personalize and click on use the mood board, it gives me the big long number. How it interprets it over here is with the name of the mood board. And then when you reuse it, it does this shortened code. And it uses the full word profile instead of just --P. That is confusing as shit. They need to fix that. It should just use the name of the mood board, but whatever. This is all remnants from Midjourney. Started as a Discord server where you could make images in Discord and you had to use command line commands. And so it is somewhere in between having a good user interface and still having shitty ass DOS commands. and engineers love the commands, but human beings don't. So, not that engineers are not human beings. Don't get me wrong. They can't use the name of the mood board. It has to be unique. Yeah, I get it, but it's three different from a user standpoint. It's 3 different things. They could absolutely, Vicky, if I clicked on mood board AI readiness, they could put mood board AI readiness here and have this code in the background, right? Like this is solvable with technology. Okay, so what I'll often do is I'll do one at 50, then I'll do one at 500, somewhere in the 500 range, and then I'll do one at 1,000. So I'm going to do AI readiness, mood board, change that to 1,000, and hit that. And then I'll just kind of like look at them and say, you know, which one of these is in the neighborhood of what I'm looking for. Then it wouldn't be janky AI. I know, exactly. Exactly. You know, it's funny, and it's like sometimes the colors are slightly off. Like that one is this really bright sky blue, but the ones I have in the presentation are more of a green. Like this one's a little more green. So you just kind of just keep making shit until you see shit that you like. And then if I want to add words into the slide, I could do AI readiness, mood board, but I could say AI readiness with a large sign that says AI readiness. And I'll do like 500 on that one. Do you use face swap or a trained model of yourself? Character ref. I have difficulty getting an exact likeness for multiple images. I use character refs, but you have to kind of understand character weighting. So generally it works like this. I think character weighting is 0 to 100. If someone can confirm that, I think it's 0 to 100. But anyway, here's these images that now have AI readiness in them. A lot of times it'll misspell things, but you can fix that. But so now I get words in it because I put in quote marks AI readiness, right? So AI readiness is the concept, and then in quote marks AI readiness is the big sign with AI readiness on it. Cool, right? Okay, so if I want to add a face in, we'll go add in my big fat face. Okay, here's corporate fat me. So I'll put a character reference here. And then if I do, let's go back out and we'll do the same one, AI readiness with a large sign that says AI readiness, but we'll have this character in there. I'll just leave this as a default. We'll do stylization of 100. Now this should give me a big set of tubby Kyles. And then if I do that same prompt, oh wait, I didn't put the mood board in. Hang on a sec. So that thing with the mood board with Tubby Kyle should give me Tubby Kyle with the right colors. See, here's Tubby Kyle without the mood board, and it just does that kind of generic AI bullshit images, like that, the B film version of the Matrix. But now here's the ones where I did use the mood board, and so there I'm starting to get the style right, but it's still Tubby Kyle. So what you do is this: I'll go that Tubby Kyle and mood board, and then I'm going to do --CW, and which stands for character weight. And the way this works is, if you do it a character weight of 100, it'll try to match that picture exactly. So I'll do one of 100. I think the default for character weight is 60 or 70. So the reason these things are all wearing the same shirt and, I mostly look the same and it's sort of made me kind of the same is because it's 70. So there's 100. And then I'll do the same thing, AI readiness, Tubby Kyle, profile, and here I'll go --CW space 1. What a lower character weight does is it'll basically just keep your face and it'll change everything else. It'll change the hair, it'll change the outfit. So I'm going to do a character weight of 1 here. And then I'll do one at like 30 --CW 30. And so like here it completely covered up my face. Here it's got a little bit of my hair, a little bit of my chin. That kind of looks like me. Yeah, it looks disturbingly like me. Like that one's cool. Look at that one. I'm like creepy Kyle hiding behind shit. I'm watching you. And then what I'll do is I'll mess around with these. So this one's like a character weight of 30. So it'll keep my face and most of my hair, but it'll probably switch up my outfit. So I'll keep it at that. So I'll go, here's the prompt. Here's character weight of 30. Here's the mood board. Here's me. Oops. Here's me. Dang it. Why is it not adding it? I should be able to just click on this. Why is it not doing that? Maybe I need to be out here. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And then I'll go like style of 350. The other thing you can do is you can do --R space 4. And R stands for repeat. And so this will make 4 sets of 4 images. And then I'll do the same thing. AI Readiness, my image, mood board. And then I'm going to bump this up to like 750. And then I'll do --CW30 --R4. Oops. R4. And so now I got a bunch of images being generated. And so the thing is, like, if it makes shitty images, like if it makes, you know, the 450-pound version of you and you're like, I don't like that. Don't quit. Just keep messing with it. It's AI. It'll just do weird shit sometimes. Like that one doesn't really look like me, but it's kind of cool. I kind of like the layout of it. That one's sort of like me. There I am on a billboard. Nice. You know, what I like about this is it's got enough shit going on over my face that even though it doesn't really look like me, it doesn't really matter. It's more stylized. I like that. Here's a guy talking with his hands. That's very much me. And I almost have the right amount of fingers and they're almost the right shape. And look, here's one where I look kind of good looking. I don't look too tubby. I look like I work out a little bit. All right, I'll go with that. Right? I mean, it's fucking AI. Do what you want. It don't fucking matter. Just explore. Like this gets back to AI readiness. Just explore. Just start figuring this shit out. Like there, it didn't put me in at all. Like there's one, same prompt. I'm not in there at all. The words are in there. So here, let's take this. Let's go play with this one. So we've got this one. It didn't put me in there, but it has AI readiness, but it's got an extra I. So let's go in here. We're going to go to the editor. So now I'm going to erase. I'm going to erase that, and I'm just going to put in quote marks AI. I think that's making it now. All right. So one of them got nothing. One of them got AI. One of them got AI. One of them got AI. So pick the one we like best. That one. Now I'm going to go back into the editor. And I'm going to put, I'm going to erase out a bunch of shit there. And I'm going to say, man wearing VR goggles, looking left. And I've got my character reference in here, right? So I've got my picture in here. I'm going to submit that. I'm going to see if I can get it to stick my face in there. And I got nothing. I got nothing, honey. Let's see. The other way I could do it is I could, I think, can I add, if I go to the editor, if I go edit, go edit. Okay. I say upload an image. Let me go look for 0741. All right. So there's a picture of me. So I can flip this thing over. Let's see. Oops. Size. Hang on a sec. I gotta go. Boom, boom. Edit. 0741. Okay. There's my big fat head. Now I can say I want a 16:9 image, and then I can say resize, and so I can put my big fat head in there. You know, he really shouldn't be fat shaming himself. That's really inappropriate. He looks just fine. Why can I not resize this? I don't know. Well, whatever. So there's me. Now I can go in with my little erase tool, and I can erase parts of this image. So I just have some head in there. All right. And so now what I can do is I can put in the prompt. Let me go back out to create. Let me grab, there's my mood board. Go back into edit. And then I can say, oh, crap. It didn't keep my edit. Hang on. I think it will when I bring the image back in, actually. Yeah, it did. Okay, so I can do background of the future. And then I can do, I don't know, 500. And I can do submit edit. And so what it's going to do now is it's going to give me 4 images that fill in the whole background, but leave me in there as is. Look, I got big, super long arms. I think that one's good. And then I can upscale this to the gallery. And now I have a completely usable picture of me on a bench with my boyfriend. That's awesome. Your arm is super long. I know. Wasn't that crazy? Oh, man. Do 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 do. Skipped a few leg days. Yeah, I know. My little skinny legs here. Hang on. It's only 16%. Let's let this thing upscale, and then we'll go look at the beauty that Midjourney created for me. But there's that way that I just showed you. I think it was Stacy was asking, do you use face swap? Yeah, that's one where I'm actually importing an image, and then I'm building the whole image around the exact face. What that won't do is change the angle of the face or the expression. That's where you get around with the character weights. Your boy BFF DJ Khalid. Yeah, exactly. Why is this taking so long to scale? All right. I got to get going. My eye is scratchy. Oh man. Mm-mm-mm. 94%. Skinny little legs. Oh, nice. I like it. And yeah, that is a very long arm, isn't it? Oh, good Lord. So anyway, that's how I made all them images. You can just start cranking stuff out. Mood boards are amazing. If you've not played with mood boards, it is worth running down the rabbit hole. All right. Anyone have any questions, thoughts before I go? What's today? Today's Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Tomorrow will be normal time. Wednesday, I've got that speaking gig. So I might be late. I'll definitely be late. I don't know how late. So Wednesday might be more like 9 Mountain than 8 Mountain. All right. Beauty. All right, fantastic kids. We'll see you later. I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for modding over on the YouTube, and it was good to see my buddy Retesh. That was nice. All right, peace out. I'll see you tomorrow.